Welcome, bounty hunters and Star Wars fans alike. It is your favorite Star Wars fan show. All bets are off. It is I, the Tuscan Toast, in beautiful Miami, Florida, and with me as always is my cousin Brian, the charismatic Carillion in San Antonio, Texas. Brian, welcome back after a 14-day break. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing well. How are you, my esteemed Tuscan Toast? How was things out in the Keys? I believe you were in the Keys.
Yeah, it was a nice little getaway. You know, I was hanging out with a friend from work, and it was just good to kind of get out there, get on the water and stuff like that. So
was it a nice little Scarif-like experience? You know, a little bit of Scarif?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Palm trees, beach sand.
Yeah, man. Well, there's no real beaches in the Keys, you know, but...
there's no beaches in the Keys.
Yeah, there's no real beaches or anything like that, but there's nice water, so it was good. Nice. I got a little bit of sun, and, got to eat some good food, and had some nice adult beverages, so it was good. It was...
everything short of the Imperial Walker, huh?
Yeah, everything short of the Imperial Walker, which I would have taken down with my massive muscles. So... But we're definitely back. We're on super early because we got a Monday night doubleheader, and
NFL did a double dip because of the COVID dip. So
exactly.
There's football starting in about an hour.
And that's okay because it works out for everybody because they get to see us a little earlier now. So we're good. And I just got off of work. I rushed over from work to come over here. As you can see, I'm still wearing my monkey suit, and.
Did you get there under 12 parsecs?
It was 10.
Oh, so you rounded down?
Yeah, I rounded down.
Okay.
it was 10, so it was pretty quick. I live 2 blocks from my job, so I think it takes longer for me to actually get from my office to the truck than getting in the truck over here. So I'm a little lucky that way.
Gotcha.
But it's good stuff, man. But it's good to be back. It's kind of cool that we took 2 weeks off because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot that happened. There's a lot going on. And we have some more stuff to talk about for what's going to happen at the end of the month. Yep. So it was a good little break. And I think we should just get right into it, man.
Cool.
What do you want to chat about first, man?
Well, as we know, as of right now, we are now 1 week away.
1 week.
From the debut episode of Mandalorian Season 2.
Is it 1 week?
So, it's a 1 week. It will be Friday, October 30th.
Oh, that's 2 weeks, buddy.
Well, we could... Okay, so... it's next week.
It's next week. Next week. Next Friday. Next Friday.
So, next Friday. We'll just... We're
talking in terms of broadcasting.
I guess as of this Friday, it will be 1 week.
Yes.
If you want to go and get technical,
I'm gonna get a little technical.
It's next week.
Yes.
It's next week, man. It's coming into Halloween weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we're downtrodden a little bit on not being able to do trick or treating like we used to, but you can do Mandalorian.
Yes, you can.
You can binge season 1, and then you can start with season 2 the very next day. Come on.
Exactly. If you want to go super nerd, go for it. I say go for it.
Actually, if you really want to get after it, for those who are either subscribing to Disney Plus for the first time, or for those who just subscribed a year ago and are renewing and are just experiencing the Mandalorian adventures for the first time, what you could really do is you could binge Clone Wars and Rebels all Friday. You could go, even some of your Saturday. You could do this all weekend.
Oh man, nerd overload.
Binge Clone Wars and Rebels, and then you can finish out with the first episode of the Mandalorian 2. You can do it all.
All right. Well, total nerd overload.
I would do it.
Yeah, if you want to go nerd overload, you can go ahead and do that. So
just because I love this stuff.
I know you.
So I might do it just to do it.
You love this stuff. That's good, man. You got to do it. You got to do what you love.
I've seen it. I've seen it all like 10 times each. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Why not?
What else are you gonna do? Go trick or treating? There's nothing going on. I mean, I don't know what's going on in San Antonio.
Just do it. So, I mean, I'm pumped. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pumped. After the job that was done on season 1 for Mandalorian, I mean, it's pretty clear that they're pulling out all the stops for season 2. I mean, we've heard everything under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1 wrapped up. We've heard that Ahsoka Tano is going to come into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
We've now seen a trailer for season 2 that has pretty much what everyone is saying has unveiled Sabine with that hooded mystery woman that was in the trailer. Everyone feels being Ren. People are talking Captain Rex. And all of it seems to add up because season finale of season 1 was in there.
Yeah.
So it all seems to add up.
Yeah, this is great. So we're really excited. I mean, because this is a long time coming, and 2020 has been such a garbage year. we need a win, right? We need a really big win. You know, I think Mandalorian is going to be that big win for us. We super need it. We are excited because we actually have a giveaway going on, and we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Right.
But you know, as far as Mandalorian season 2 comes up, I've heard this, and you know, you being the expert here, you tell me if there's any truth to this rumor that Disney and Lucasfilm are no longer focusing on theatrical releases. They are focusing. They're putting all their focus on Disney Plus.
That's not rumor.
Okay.
It depending on how you dissect their statement. So, a lot of corporations right now are having to reevaluate where they stand coming into closing this fiscal year. Right? I mean, it goes without saying that the back half of this fiscal year has been a disaster for corporations on multiple fronts, from eateries to transportation to entertainment.
Not Amazon.
And well, I did say multiple corporations, and I listed a few, but
not
you
all.
know, of course, there's other corporations that have flourished.
Mm-hmm.
However, the entertainment industry did get impacted. So, and Disney falls into that. So they announced that they're doing some restructuring within their infrastructure. And the statement that was placed that they gave for this restructuring is that they're going to have a 3-tier focus. And the 3-tier focus: streaming, content, but then also they did list theatrical, but they closed the statement saying, and here are your key words, with our primary focus being streaming.
Okay.
Well, so when you hear words like that, I mean, I think it automatically just invokes fear into theater businesses. I mean, it would have to.
Well, it's not just theater businesses, Brian. It's also network and cable television. Okay, because what we're seeing, right, is we're seeing this dynamic shift in entertainment, and you're seeing companies like Disney, Amazon, Netflix, Hulu. We're seeing these streaming services flourish, especially right now during the pandemic when people can't go to the movie theaters, and you're seeing them do very well because they're showing old syndicated shows, they're showing reruns, new movies, new releases, and we can argue that Netflix is a production studio of its own, and they are, instead of actually releasing their films and features, you know, on the big screen, they of course focus on, you know, their own platform. So
this is interesting because it's fascinating, because when Disney Plus was launching, the big conversation that was going around, and when it started off, I mean, Netflix was in some trouble. Because of Netflix's original productions, they were in a great amount of debt, and it wasn't looking too good. I mean, they were either going to have to perhaps raise rates, or they were going to have to look. They were going to have to look at making some changes, some major changes. If they were, I mean, because Disney Plus's price point was really beyond competitive, so it wasn't looking too good before the pandemic for Netflix. Now,
that's what it's all about.
Swinging all those little COVID-19 germs that came around in February and March, and now Netflix is breaking records.
Yeah, they're doing phenomenal. But what are we going to see in a post-COVID world, Brian? Are we going to see? Are we going to see the shift from network television?
God, what the Misa saying?
I mean, because I was watching a little bit of network television this weekend, and I was seeing commercials. Now, I don't watch network television.
Belvedere doesn't want to hear Jar Jar anymore.
I don't care what that fat piece of.
Hey,
I'm going to eat that thing. I'm going to cook that thing, and I'm going to eat that thing. Chewbacca almost did.
No, you can't.
Yes.
You can't eat Belvedere.
I'm going to put that in my turkey fryer.
No.
Yes. That thing looks delicious. That thing looks delicious. I'm going to eat that thing. I'm going to eat that damn thing. I swear, it looks delicious.
You know what?
I'm really hungry
now.
It's a little late in the afternoon.
Unless you want to ruin your selfie heaven, I don't think you'd want to eat it.
My selfie habit. Yeah, I do take a lot of selfies, don't I?
I'm just saying.
With my shirt off.
Right now, you're arguably maybe the selfie king of 2020. I mean, I don't think you'd want to. I don't think you'd want to eat it.
I know. I'm like a 17-year-old girl, man. So what is it? 40 is the new 17?
In a post-COVID world, there may not be a choice.
No carbs, Major D. No carbs.
Let's look at it from this way right now, as far as where theaters are right now. AMC has announced that they're out of cash by January. That's just bottom line.
Right. They're out of their fluid cash flow. Yes.
We are out of revenue, is what they're saying, as far January 1st.
Yep.
That's AMC. So Regal, they didn't even wait. Right now, all Regals are shut down. They heard the news about what was the straw that broke the camel's back on that one was when James Bond decided to postpone.
Right. James Bond's postponed.
When James Bond postponed, they said that was our last hope to have any kind of semblance of a blockbuster for the holidays, and that's it.
It's not going to happen, and it's probably not going to happen until we have some sort of vaccine, or we see what happened in New Zealand, where they've had no positive cases over the last. I don't know. I want to say a number, but I don't believe it's right, so I'm not going to bother. But they have successfully eradicated new cases in New Zealand, and we just have not been able to emulate that. We are by far a larger country with more population, but again, we have not been able to do that. So we probably can't expect that. We can expect more of the same that we're seeing right now. Production itself.
A streaming smorgasbord.
Right, and you have CBS All Access, you have Peacock, you have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, all these different Amazon Prime, all these different streaming services that can provide all this different kind of content. So why would you really need to? And you know what, Major D, one of my good friends, he just mentioned that one of the reasons that they're booming is because they don't have to spend the money on the A-list actors, which is true.
That's true.
Exactly. You can go Hallmark Movie Channel with this and get like actors from the 90s, right? That still look kind of hot, and they can still act, and put them in a script, and put them in a good script. So
just go Sharknado with it.
Go full Sharknado. Go full Sharknado, and it did so well because of the absurdity of it. It's just like the Fast and Furious movies, except more expensive and with worse actors. You know, so it is. It's just really the Fast and the Furious movies. It's just absurd. Like just all the physics of everything that they do. Yeah, it's the absurdity of it, and I think that's why people enjoy it. Same thing with Sharknadoes. So it's going to be really interesting to see where we go from here, because going to the movies is expensive, man. We already know it's really expensive. It's not. I mean, I'm not saying it's not affordable, but it's not cheap to take a family of 4, buying popcorn, sodas, candy, hot dogs, whatever, nachos, and go see a blockbuster movie. It's really not. You know, I go to the movies. I go to the movies by myself, right? Because it's not something like I don't know. A movie is not something that you, I think, take a date on. I mean, because the movies I want to see are like the Avengers, Batman, like these superhero movies that I really, really enjoy and I really love. And I prefer to see by myself. You know. Anyways, so for me, it's not that expensive. $14, $17, one person. Maybe I get an icy. It's fine, you know. But you know, for a family,
no, family of 4, it changes the whole. I mean, you know, and you look at it from the aspect of something like Disney Plus, where you have a corporation like Disney that can throw a lot of dollars at the production value on what they're doing. For example, like The Mandalorian, or for something like WandaVision, where they, or for even Captain America and the Winter Soldier. You know, or Falcon.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
I mean,
So we're gonna see it, but you know who's gonna benefit? We're gonna benefit. We're gonna benefit.
Yes.
Because we're gonna be able to.
I think the fan does benefit. Yes, definitely.
But I still think that there is going to be a market later on. There's still going to be a market for the cinema, because going to a cinema is like an experience now. You know, especially with IMAX and just the way that technology is being handled, it's still a great experience to go see a movie in IMAX. It really is. There's just, you can't beat that. You cannot emulate that here in the house. You know, that massive experience.
And maybe that becomes the focus, like you're talking about, the experience.
Perhaps it has to be.
Perhaps you don't see something where it's a whole bunch of theaters that's out there now. Perhaps what you have are theaters that are kind of almost like going to a theme park or something, and these theaters only show the big multi-million-dollar blockbuster that's there, and it's an experience the whole way through.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole thing is, you might just have theaters that are geared only towards Marvel, and you might have theaters that are only geared towards Star Wars or things to this nature, or they shift seasonalities on them. If Star Wars is the thing that year, they go Star Wars. If Marvel's the thing that year, they go Marvel, and they deck the whole theater out. Waiting in line is an experience. I mean, it could go that way.
It really can. And, you know, Major D, one of, you know, my friends, he points this out also. You know, that, excuse me one second. So, is that it's not profitable to make these movies unless it's a big blockbuster, like a Star Wars and Avengers and X-Men. You know, one of these movies that could theoretically pass the $1 billion mark worldwide, because it's not just the domestic sales. Right? It's not
worldwide.
It's worldwide. It has to be worldwide distribution, because now you're just not limited to 340 million Americans, right? Now you're looking at 7 billion across the globe that you can potentially sell this movie to. So, we're going to see that. We're going to see going to the movies being more worthwhile instead of seeing an Adam Sandler crap fest. So. These are going to be the big movies, and these are going to be why you go there. For one, the experience, and for two, to see this big blockbuster, huge movie that they poured a lot of money into.
Well, if this is the shift, I'm almost okay with that, because, I mean, do I really want to go spend $13 to go see I Know What You Did Last Summer, where I could stream it?
No,
versus where I'm going to pay $13 to go see the Avengers.
Right.
I mean, really?
Right. And that's what these studios are going to have to they're going to have to look at these things. I mean, what are we going to greenlight? Are we going to greenlight a romantic comedy, or are we going to greenlight, you know, the next, you know, reboot of X-Men or Matrix 4 or something like that? It's going to be a toss up.
Now to the other film's credits, however, you do have your, I guess what I would want to call, like, you have your Oscar sweeps movies that are going to do very well, like your action blockbusters. I mean, you have your Forrest Gumps, your Titanics, your what's another one? You know, your Les Miserables. I mean, you have these movies that are going to appeal to that base. They will go out in droves and pay the money.
Right.
So again, it's going to come down to an entire evaluation process from theater companies as to where they want to go. We're probably looking at getting back to some semblance of life by 2022 at the earliest. So that, I mean, are they going to want to shut down and then kind of reopen? There's a lot of questions that are left on the table right now that can't even begin to get evaluated until as time goes by.
Right,
It's
and
really,
then we're also going to have to see what are sustainable business models, because just because,
Absolutely.
even though, let's be realistic about this, right? Let's say that COVID does go away, right? Let's say that by all the scientific definitions,
Disappear?
it has disappeared, right?
Sorry.
But let's say that it's a threat. But it's a threat at the same way the flu is a threat, where
Right.
you can get a vaccine and then you still are careful. What this has done, right, to the consumer, right, is it has made them worried, it has made them scared. So we may not see that same person that was really cool with going to the movies last year be cool with going to the movies ever again, just because they are afraid. And
that's a possibility.
there are big events that change people's lives and
This could be one of them.
their view of safety. So now you're going to have to appeal, and you're going to have to you're really going to have to promote your safety in your theaters and how you clean it and how safe it is to go out again. But I think you're right as far as the 2022, but it's not that I don't think that we're going to get to any kind of normalcy until 2022. I don't think that we would see consumer normalcy until 2022, where all theme parks, mass gatherings, all these things are okay to do again. I don't think they were ever okay in the first place, just because you could get sick from anything. It's not just COVID, but you can get any other kind of upper respiratory infection or the flu or cold from anybody that way. That, and I'm not a big fan of crowds, but we may see something different. I just don't know. I mean, you can't predict. We can speculate, but
Yeah, we can speculate up to the wazoo
what
on
these entertainment conglomerates need to do is they need to say, we may take a big hit when it comes to theater attractions. We need to shift our focus a little bit and focus on what we know right now is profitable and what can sustain profitability for the future, which is streaming. So,
But October 30, for purposes of our show right now, October 30, next week,
Mando,
be there, be square. If you have your subscription, get your popcorn ready. If you don't have your subscription, get your popcorn ready and subscribe.
Remember what Terrell Owens said? Get your popcorn ready.
Get your popcorn ready.
Get your popcorn ready. Because Monday we're talking about.
If we're gonna go Terrell Owens, I'm gonna go Chad Ochocinco. If you don't get your subscription, ciao please.
Ciao please. I remember that.
Ciao,
Chad Ochocinco. And speaking of Chad Ochocinco, tonight we get to see the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, take the helm for the Dallas Cowboys, because our man Dak Prescott had that horrible, gruesome injury. Wish all the best for him. My goodness,
Boy,
it was so hard to watch.
135 million with 70 guaranteed sounds so good now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really, really does.
People can trash on Jerry Jones all they want, but the fact remains is that 135 with 70 guaranteed was turned down. So I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Other than that, especially now.
Yeah, right now.
Because I seriously doubt that presents itself again.
Now, who's number 2 now in the depth chart? Now that Dalton's up to number 1, I don't even know who they have.
I know who it is, but it's laughable.
Who is it?
It's so laughable. The name escapes me.
Oh, okay.
But
all right, it's not Jar Jar Binks, is it?
Don't you dare put a bite right now.
God, what the Misa saying?
I don't understand.
Very, very bad.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man.
Sound bites. This is the only one we use.
Yeah, it's the only one I care about. I mean, we can do this one.
We use.
Works every time.
Well, all right. So we'll see how the Cowboys do. I'm really glad that the surgery was successful for Dak Prescott, because those things can be very devastating. you can lose your foot. So I'm just glad that he's okay. If he comes back and plays football again, yes, that'd be fantastic. But I'm just glad he's okay as a person.
It's been proven that you can come back from the infection and still play.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You can.
I mean, isn't it ironic that on the day that Dak went down, Alex Smith took his first snap since he snapped his leg?
Just a little bit. Yeah, it's all football injuries that come full circle.
Actually, if we're going to throw irony around, I mean, Alex Smith gets the same career-ending injury that Joe Theismann got to the day that Joe Theismann injury took place.
Uh-huh.
Then Alex Smith comes.
You broke up a little bit on that one. What was that?
From a similar injury on his ankle.
You broke up a little bit.
Really want to throw the irony all around. I mean, Alex Smith, his injury takes place. So if you really want to throw the irony all around, Alex Smith's injury takes place
so we got
the same day to the year that Joe Theismann.
All right, so we have a loop. We have a.
You have a loop?
Yeah, you had frozen and you were looping what you were saying, but that's okay. I think it's fixed now. But let's move on. We got about another half hour to go. Okay, where are we at now? We're talking.
Well,
you want to talk your collector's corner? Yeah. Let's talk about that, dude. I want to know.
I
want to know what you were telling me earlier about these repacks. Tell me what's going on with this crap.
Okay, so right now, one of Hasbro's things right now, and this has happened before, but not to this level. So let's first talk about what a repack is. Let's start there, so we can kind of give the audience an idea of what exactly that is. Mm-hmm. So when a repack takes place, there'll be a figure that's launched, say, a year ago or 8 months ago. Okay. Take your pick. Mm-hmm. Then, a little bit farther down the trough, so to speak, Hasbro will take that exact mold and they will place it in a different package. Mm-hmm. And they'll put new artwork on it and kind of spiffy it up in a completely different way from the original package. And they'll call it something else. But it's still the same figure, same mold. Go into your Google and look up Black Series credit collection.
Okay.
Black Series images on that.
What, Black Series credit?
Credits. Little S at the end. Credits collection.
Okay.
And then click on images. Let's see what we can come up with.
All right. Any of that? Any of this? Any of that?
Go to
any of this? Any
go
of that?
Go to any one of those. You can go to any one of those that has the little. What's that?
For anyone
go to any one of those that has the package with the gold chip, but the package.
Okay. All right, hold on.
That's a good one.
That one?
Yeah, can you zoom in on that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you have here is this is the Black Series Din Djarin that was released on Triple Force Friday, the October of 20. What was it? When did the Rise of Skywalker come out? 2018?
Yes.
2019.
18.
Or 2019.
18.
December. No, I think
it came in December.
It was December, but I think it was 2019 though. December 2019. It was last year.
Oh yeah, it was.
So
I don't even know what year it is right now.
So October 29th. So Triple Force Friday, October 19th. Mm-hmm. October 2019. They released the Rise of Skywalker figures, the Mandalorian figures, and packaging. This is the same Din Djarin mold, the same figure from that series, but instead of traditional Black Series box packaging, they have put it on a carded package.
Right, like back in the
with
day.
With the Kenner style.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They did the vintage Kenner style carded packaging, and they added a teeny tiny little gold chip with the Imperial logo on it for a credit.
Okay.
And then they slap another $10 on it from my.
So this is a repackage by who? Who did this?
Hasbro.
Hasbro did this, and they sell it for $10 more.
Oh yeah. Because this is not any longer the Black Series Mandalorian. This is now Series Mandalorian Credits Edition vintage packaging.
So you're paying more for something that's old. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
That's what you're doing. That's what
Okay.
you're doing.
I guess that's like what antiques are. You know, it's it's something old, but you're paying more for it than if it was new.
I mean,
That's why I think antiques suck. That's why I'm like, antiques are garbage.
I had a collector reach out to me yesterday.
Okay.
They were at a retail outlet,
Mm-hmm.
and they discovered an item that they had actually acquired at least molds of, but this was a very the products were almost identical minus one little change. So
Okay.
it happened to be a Target exclusive,
Mhm.
and they were white boxes that were released to push the Blu-ray releases back in the day. And if you spined them, if you turned them in a spine fashion on the side, there was little artwork on each box that all together formed a mural. So
okay.
he was out in Targets yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and he saw white boxes that had the same four figure. Why are they bringing something back that's like been almost 6-7 years ago? Is what he first thought.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he looked at the box and looked closer, he noticed the artwork was no longer on the side where you could spine it. He turned the box, and on the back side was about a 5x7 movie poster.
So, I mean, they can't pull the wool over your eyes. You know, the real collectors, they can't do that. Okay. And they know they're going to get called out. Look, they're getting called out by us. You know, we have a very popular podcast here, a very, very popular show with hundreds of thousands of viewers. I'm sorry, I can't keep a straight face saying that. with tens of viewers
in their realm of sarcasm.
Yeah, with tens of viewers.
Can we at least say dozens? We can't
Dozens
say
of viewers.
yet. We're not
with dozens of unique viewers watching our popular Star Wars show, and Hasbro's getting called out. Now, I know what they're doing. It's a cash grab, or it's or they're trying to sell off inventory that they had left over, or parts or materials from whatever they were selling earlier.
Point.
That's
Good point.
I see what they're doing, but change it up enough that it doesn't pull the wool over your eyes, or that it does pull the wool over your eyes a little bit. Like,
well, I think the interesting language he used when he spoke to me yesterday,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna leave his identity anonymous for now.
Okay.
But I think the language that he used that was interesting was, I feel that this is a loyalty issue now. I mean, he used the word loyalty. He said, you know, I've been collecting since before the sequel trilogy. I've been collecting since the 70s, 80s, and then when it came back in 99 with Episode 1, I mean, he's been at this all this time,
Mm-hmm.
and he feels that he's been loyal. And
Right.
he feels that all these repacks are just kind of
It's a slap in the face.
taking that loyalty, and it's a slap in the face. And
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
Yeah, it's a slap in the face.
I mean, a few repacks here and there, I would say, are okay. But when you have them coming out in the droves that they are now, it's getting a little ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think for this niche of a fan base, you deserve a little bit better, because the Star Wars fans have shown an incredible amount of loyalty, and it's evident with the amount of money that even The Last Jedi made. As much as I think that was the worst piece of garbage ever to come out of Disney.
I'm so glad you said that right now, because he mentioned something else, and I'm going to tell you what he said.
Okay, what was that?
Well, he thinks
that it was garbage too.
No.
Okay.
He feels that Last Jedi pretty much stood on its own, and that in about 10 to 15 years, all this negative opinion of the movie is going to transition into something else.
What is it going to transition into, Brian? What could it possibly transition into? What?
You there's no way you're going to believe me if I bring it up. There's no way.
No, I won't, but you got to do it anyways. You can't leave our fans.
Well, if you don't believe me, why would I bring it up if you're not going to believe me? I mean,
bring it up. Bring it up. Let's go.
Well,
come on.
I mean,
come on, Fox News.
It so happens that when The Empire Strikes Back debuted in 1980, after that first week, everybody hated it.
I don't believe that.
I know you don't.
I don't.
I know
really don't.
If you go back and look at the feedback that it got in 1980, everyone said, "What happened to all the action?" Everyone said, "This is terrible. It's so downtrodden." Everyone said, "I don't understand how you take the worst villain of the movie and make him the father of the hero. That's terrible." You had that. You had people saying, no. You had people saying, "You know what? You took the coolest character and you put him in an ice cube." You had people saying that.
Look, there's a difference between criticism, right? Criticism over the storyline versus no storyline like The Last Jedi had. This had nothing. This had no substance whatsoever. I am trying to find some redeeming quality of that movie, and I find none. Maybe that fight scene where Kylo Ren and Rey are fighting all the red hooded warriors, whatever they were. That maybe
How
was
is that storyline?
Maybe that
if your issue is storyline, and you're looking for that, and I don't get like.
I'm looking for depth, emotion, plot, context, beginning, middle, end. I just saw a mess. What you saw in Rise of Skywalker is what I saw in The Last Jedi. Bingo.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but
no, you're not sorry to say.
It wasn't.
Don't lie to me.
Nah, you're right. I'm not sorry to say, but the fact is that it took almost 6-7 years up until around Jedi. After it was well after Jedi in '83 that it wasn't until well after that was finished that people started to rank Empire where it was.
Okay, so in 10 years, right, when I'm 50 years old, and we're doing this show, in holograms and stuff like that, I'm gonna bring that up. And if it's still garbage then, as it's garbage now, cool. I win something. I get to eat that pork. I get to cook it.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna put Baby Yoda in a turkey fryer.
You're not getting anywhere near Bill. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
All right.
Before we go into our next segment, I want to take time to thank our constituents at Bad Customs who work with us and who give us a hand in getting our name out there. So we appreciate that. And if you guys are looking for trinkets of any sorts, we definitely advise that you check out look at our stuff on our Twitter. And you're giving it away early.
No, if they don't see it.
So we'll go into it next as soon as I finish this up.
Yeah, but they don't see it. They don't see anything. They're not seeing anything yet.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Good.
I'm just getting ready.
Okay, good. But if you're in need of trinkets or souvenirs, or you're even looking for things that are seasonal for Christmas coming up, I think it's a little late to go for the Halloween season right now. I'm pretty sure they're booked, but you're gonna have Christmas around in the corner, holidays, tumblers, keychains, shirts. They do the whole ball of wax, and we really love what they've done for us. And we got kind of something exciting to talk about.
Ooh, yeah, we
We're going to
do.
close out
Yeah, we
that,
do.
that Bad Customs has assisted us with. So we're glad to have them with us, and we're glad to be partners with them. And yep.
Okay.
We're gonna get into the good stuff now.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it right now. So we're gonna announce this now. We're also gonna put a post out there because in case people don't get this far into the show, and maybe they watch bits and pieces of us, but we're gonna make a post here. But for those that are watching us right now, we got something going on, and we're gonna have it ready for October 30th. I'm gonna bring this up, Brian. Please give the details.
So, thanks to our partners at Bad Customs, we are gonna offer a giveaway. And we've actually got a few giveaways, but this is going to be our main giveaway. And we're going to do this. We're going to do this particular giveaway that week. We'll do it that week of the debut of the show for Mandalorian 2 for season 2. But what they have done is a tumbler specific to the season 2 premiere of Mandalorian 2. The cup is, as you take a look at it, the cup is done in the atmosphere and silhouette of him walking. It's got that desert look, and it features Din Djarin on one side as he's walking through. Then, as you turn to the other side, it actually has the Mandalorian logo, and then underneath the Mandalorian logo,
It's got
you
the
actually
date.
have the date.
It's got the date
of the premiere. It has October 30th, 2020.
Now,
So-
what we need to let everyone know, right, is that this is a one-of-a-kind piece. Brianna and her team
Right.
over at Bad
Not gonna find
Customs,
this anywhere.
yes, she has made this custom for All Fets Are Off, and we are going to give that away to one lucky viewer. And this thing is amazing and fantastic. And
I want it.
I want it.
I'm just ashamed. I'm ashamed that I can't enter.
No,
Because-
we are ineligible as employees of All
Yes.
Fets Are Off Incorporated.
Yes, we're not.
We're not allowed. But so we're gonna give this away, and we're gonna do a contest as far as what likes. How are we doing this?
All right, so let's talk a little bit how you're going to be able to get in on this. We are going to. We have our All Fets Are Off Facebook page. We have our Facebook page.
Yes, we do.
So we are going to make a post for this. When you see the post, in order to get in on the giveaway, you're going to have to do 3 things. That's all we're asking of you. The first thing you're going to have to do is share the post.
Share it.
The second, sharing is caring. Please, you will share the post.
Right.
The second thing you will do is when you share it, you will place in the comment section hashtag All Fets Are Off.
Yes. Now,
So
is it
again-
gonna be All Fets Are Off exclamation point? Yes. All Fets Are Off exclamation point.
Did you just go over my helmet?
No, sir.
I guess
More to the side.
So it's gonna be hashtag All Fets Are Off now exclamation point, since someone went over my helmet.
More to the side.
So I'm not gonna say who, but anyway.
May the Schwartz be with you.
So again, first thing you do, you click that.
All right, go ahead. Carry on. Go ahead.
First thing you do is you click that share button. Second thing you do, hashtag All Fets Are Off exclamation point in your comment section after you share. The last thing you're gonna do, like our page.
Yep. If you already liked it, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good if you already liked it. But share, comment section in that post, hashtag All Fets Are. But we're gonna put the instructions on there, so we'll make sure everybody knows. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna count how many times they've shared, how many shares they have, right?
Right. So what we're looking for, people, is we're gonna look for a total of 50 shares, and then comments, of course, between. Okay. When we reach 50, when, if, or not when. Well, I want to say when because I'm optimistic that we will get 50, but it's really more like if 50 shares are reached, those comments with those users will be placed in a raffle, and then we will raffle it off to that person from that.
And we'll do the raffle. We'll do the raffle Monday, right? When we do our show, our post episode 1, right?
If 50 shares are achieved, we will do the raffle when we air on Monday. If 50 shares are achieved.
Perfect.
Now,
Perfect.
if 50 shares are not achieved, then we're going to have to push it until we do get them. So
right. So
that's going to be the key.
Bottom line, share it with your aunt, your uncle, your grandmother, your grandfather, your cousin that you don't talk to anymore, the weird-looking niece with the buck tooth. All those people, share it to them because you get 50.
Actually, what you should have done was you should have said, you need to share it with your fathers, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, nephews,
former roommates. And if you know what that means, then you're truly a fan of all things Star Wars.
The exciting thing is the cup is not all we're going to be giving away. We got 2 more giveaways.
Yeah, we do.
So, well, do you want to start with the cup next week, since next week is going to be we can start. Okay, we have.
Got it.
So we'll start with that, but then in weeks following, we will actually be offering this little guy up.
Baby Yoda. Everybody loves a Baby Yoda. Everybody wants a Baby Yoda. I know a certain sister who wants one. She can share. She knows a lot of people.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So get in on it.
Courtesy of Brian Murray, we have
that is fantastic.
Some artwork that he has done, original artwork from Brian Murray, which he's in the process of getting a page set up for himself, and once that happens, we'll get that out there.
Yeah.
But that will also be another giveaway. He has bequeathed that to us here at All Fetts Are Off to do so with. So we will have, once we get through the cup giveaway, we will have those to give away. So again, we're asking.
Carry on.
Again, we're asking for 50 shares. Do the hashtag, like our page. Once we get there, we'll pretty much raffle it off.
Yeah. It's going to be our Halloween special. Okay, sorry.
What? I'm just going to ask, what is this?
Spooky Scary Skeletons remix.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, so we're super excited about it. This is great. We're doing our first giveaway. We're really hoping that everybody gets involved, and this is a way to participate, get a little bit more involved into the show. We're hoping to do more stuff like this. We definitely want to, get this out there because Brianna and her team does fantastic work, and this is just great. This is fun for us, and believe it or not, this show just started with 2 cousins wanting to, stay in touch, and since we've been, in separate states for a long time, and now it's kind of ballooned into this really cool thing that we do, and we get to share it all on Facebook and YouTube Live and on Twitch, and now we have our sponsor involved. This is great stuff, man. I'm really excited about it. I'm glad we do this, and I'm glad we do it around football. So, but we're not done, Brian. You and I, we're not done. We're going to branch off into some of those other things that really make us happy and we enjoy, which is sports. Huge sports fans.
Bring that up.
And we start when we start the Cheap Seats show. That will be fun.
Yes.
We're going to go back and forth between All Fetts Are Off and the Cheap Seats. You're going to see us in completely different roles. Here, we keep it loose. We're funny. And then, in the Cheap Seats, we're going to get into sports, and you're going to see some really in-depth analysis because Brian and I are big sports fans, and we really know sports. And we're going to talk. We're going to talk the real stuff that you want to hear. Which this is not going to be some E-News, ESPN stuff, right? We don't care about all this other personal human interest stuff. We want the sports. We want the strategy. We want to know what's going to take for teams to win, and it's going to be great. It's going to be super fun. I'm really excited about it. Yep,
I'm really looking forward to kicking that off. I think I think we can be safe to say that we're targeting early November to get that out.
Yeah. We're gonna see. We're gonna see
I
if
mean-
we can do it post election.
Right. Yeah. Let's
post-election.
get through that. Right.
Yeah, let's one thing at a time, so post-election. But yeah, so we'll be back next Monday. Brian, I'm going to try to see you Saturday when I'm in town. Hopefully I can. I know your schedule's a little tight. But I'm going to be in Texas at the end of this week. We would love to do a show, but the timeline just doesn't work out. But at least hopefully I get to come by and see you, and make sure everything is okay with you. And we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We're gonna get ready for the doubleheader Monday Night Football. It's gonna be really fun tonight. Cowboys and Cardinals. Man, we'll see. I don't know. Worst defense ever, but we'll see how the Red Rocket does.
Worse than the '70s Buccaneers.
Is it? You tell me. You tell me.
It could be.
It could be. They've allowed a lot of points, man. They've allowed a lot of points. So, all right, man. So we'll talk on Monday. You know what, dude? We should make Monday our Halloween special. Yes.
I guess we should.
We should, because that's going to be it's going to be our last show before actual Halloween. So, all right, cool. So we're going to do a Halloween special. We're going to dress up. I'm going to dress up as something.
The Cowboys defense is a lot like the town bike.
Okay.
Everyone's had a ride.
Ride on it. Ugh, God, dad joke. Are we that age now? I guess we are. All right, so stay tuned for the Halloween special. You're going to see old Captain Delicious Pants Jr. here put on a cool costume.
Captain Delicious Pants?
Yeah, you see my Facebook and my Instagram. I got problems, man. Don't pay attention to me. There's all sorts of things.
You ought to do the piglet suit.
Oh, it's not. It's a rabbit. It's a rabbit. It's
I
obviously
had
a
you
rabbit.
going.
It's obviously a rabbit.
You going.
You kept putting all those things of Piglet on there. I was like, what is this guy going? Oh, because it looks like Piglet. My bad. But it's obviously a bunny. It's a fluffy bunny rabbit. It's a pink bunny rabbit. All right.
So he'll have the piglet suit. The Halloween special, and yeah. We got it.
All right. Well, let's call it a night. I'm sick of talking to you. And all right. So let's yub nub out of here, everybody. Hey, have a good week. Enjoy Monday Night Football.
We're gonna yub nub out of here.